Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, my fellow Vikings diehards? Can you believe the firestorm that's erupting after our heartbreaking 27-19 loss to those sneaky Ravens in Week 10? I'm talking about that gut-wrenching blindside block call on our boy Adam Thielen that straight up robbed us of momentum late in the third quarter. Picture this. We're clawing back from a 19-10 deficit, staring down a make-or-break 4-2 at the Baltimore 46, hearts pounding, US Bank Stadium roaring like a purple thundercloud. And then, bam! Flags fly and suddenly it's all for nothing. But hold up, because Thielen's spilling the tea on why he lost his mind on the sideline, and it might just prove the Zebras blew it big time. Stick with me because this Vikings news is going to have you fired up, yelling at your screen, and debating in the comments. What do you think? Was it a bad call or what? We're trailing 19-10. The clock's ticking like a bomb in that third quarter, and it's do or die on 4-2 from the Ravens' 46-yard line. J.J. McCarthy drops back, eyes scanning for magic. Aaron Jones is streaking on that will route. Jordan Addison's lurking over the middle like a ghost, ready to haunt Baltimore's secondary. The play's unfolding in slow motion. Thielen, our gritty veteran wideout, shifts down the line to seal the edge. His block meant to spring Jones free and flip the script on this rivalry showdown. But out of nowhere, yellow rain, 15 yards for an illegal blindside block on Thielen, turning our potential first down chain mover into a turnover on downs. Instead of pinning the Ravens deep or keeping the chains moving, we're handing them the ball at our own 38-yard line, like gifting Lamar Jackson a purple welcome mat. SKOL fans, that moment? It stung worse than a frozen tundra wind. Our D-line was gassed. Our O-line had been battling back from early penalties, and this felt like the NFL's invisible hand shoving us toward defeat. The replay doesn't lie, brothers and sisters in purple. It hits you right in the gut when you see it. Thielen's planted within a yard of the line of scrimmage. McCarthy's still got the ball tucked like it's his firstborn. No snap retreat, no pocket drama yet. He's not charging full throttle. Nah, he's smart, waiting for that Ravens defender to barrel into him, then instinctively shielding like any warrior would in the trenches. The contact? Cleanish, shoulder to shoulder, no helmet launch, no forearm shiver that screams malice. It's football, raw and real, the kind we live for every Sunday. But the refs? They swallow the whistle wrong, and suddenly Thielen's erupting on the sideline, veins popping, yelling like he's channeling the ghost of Randy Moss. What gets me, SKOL Nation, is how this one flag shifted the energy. Baltimore gets prime real estate, but props to our special teams holding firm as they shank a field goal attempt. Still, in a game where every yard felt like gold, this call echoed louder than the final gun. Thielen didn't just simmer. He boiled over, and I love him for it. That's the fire we need in this Vikings locker room. Post-game, he's chatting with fans' Power Trip morning show, voice still edged with that third-quarter rage, breaking it down like a film session with Coach O'Connell. We drilled this exact look all week in practice, he says, painting the picture of a team prepped to exploit Baltimore's secondary gaps. This is what we'll get. This is how we hit 'em. Stay within a yard of the line, and it's legal gold. He's schooling us on the rulebook nuances, that clothesline play exemption where forcible contact's fair game if the ball hasn't budged from the pocket. SKOL fans, imagine the walk-throughs. Thielen repping that block a dozen times, syncing with Jones' route, all to turn a pivotal fourth down into purple momentum. But when it counts, the Zebras miss the memo, and Thielen's left fuming, wondering if they even cracked open the NFL Bible before dropping that flag. What about you? Have you ever screamed at a ref call that flipped your game's fate? Diving deeper into Thielen's breakdown, it's like he's handing us the all-22 coaches film right there on the radio. Pure Vikings news gold for us obsessives charting every snap. He admits he held back, didn't unleash the full Viking fury because he knew the razor-thin line between legal seal and penalty apocalypse. I waited for him to come to me. Thielen recounts, that tactical patience shining through like his route-running precision that's torched defenses for years. Full throttle would have been a slam-dunk flag, obvious as a purple jersey in a sea of black and gold. But he plays it smart, lets the defender close the gap, then reacts, boom, natural protection as the guy's thundering full speed. The shock on the defender's face? Thielen chuckles about it now, saying it probably amplified the drama, made the hit look nastier than the tape shows. No dropped helmet, no cheap shot intent. Just a receiver doing his job in the chaos of a fourth and short knife fight. Brothers, this is why Thielen's a legend. Even in the heat, he's dissecting it with the clarity of a surgeon, turning frustration into fuel for the next war. That raw emotion spilling out, it's the heartbeat of our Vikings squad, SKOL Nation. Thielen's not just venting. He's voicing what every one of us felt watching that replay loop on our couches. The frustration with these refs, he fires off. They sometimes forget we're playing football. Rules are rules, but where's the feel of the game? He's spot on. Was there malice? Hell no. Headshot? Not even close. It's the blindside rules gray area biting us. That path toward or parallel to your own end line. Claws twisted just enough to flag a play that screams textbook clothesline battle. Thielen's words hit like a Sam Darnold deep ball. Direct, unfiltered. Reminding us that NFL officiating's a tightrope walk between black and white bylaws and the blood and guts reality of gridiron warfare. And get this, he even wonders aloud if the refs truly grasp the rule in the moment, that full-speed rep blurring the lines between foul and fair. Tell me in the comments, does this make you want full-time zebras? Or is it just part of the purple pain we endure? Now, let's zoom in on that rulebook rabbit hole because Thielen's dropping knowledge bombs that could rewrite how we see every snap from here on out. Straight from the NFL gospel. It is a foul if a player initiates a block when his path is toward or parallel to his own end line and makes forcible contact, unless the contact occurs in clothesline play prior to the ball leaving that area. Boom. Thielen's within that sacred yard. McCarthy's gripping the pigskin like it's the Lombardi trophy. No retreat, no handoff wizardry yet. The all-22 doesn't fib. It's crystal. Legal block city, or at least borderline enough for a huddle, not an instant bury. SKOL Nation, this isn't sour grapes. It's stats-backed truth, with Thielen's block aligning perfectly to Spring Jones on that wheel. Even if McCarthy eyed Addison instead. Imagine if that flag never flies. We convert, chew clock, maybe steal a lead before the fourth quarter fireworks. Instead, it's a what-if that haunts our 4 to 6 dreams. But hey, it fired up our vets like Thielen to lead the charge. Breaking it down frame by frame, that contact's as clean as a fresh snowfall on Lake Minnetonka. Thielen's shoulder meets the defender's frame. No extension beyond the line's shadow. Ball still live in McCarthy's grasp. The rules exceptions for shotgun snaps or slight delays. They shield this exact scenario, protecting the physicality that makes our Vikings offense a beast when synced right. Thielen's foresight in practice paid off in execution. But the ref's whistle? It echoed like a missed extra point, leaving us all scratching heads. And listeners, think about the ripple. Baltimore's gifted field position could have been a dagger, but their shank on that 56-yard field goal attempt? That's the football gods winking back, giving us a sliver of payback. Still, in a season where penalties have flagged us 13 times against the Ravens, tying our worst under O'Connell, this one's a rallying cry. Who's with me? Time to petition the league for replay on blindside calls. Thielen's post-whistle wisdom keeps unfolding, and man, it's the kind of Vikings news that bonds us tighter than a goal line stand. He's not just calling out the call. He's humanizing the grind, that split-second chess where intent matters more than ink on a page. I naturally protected myself because he's running full speed at me. He explains, that humility shining through amid the heat. No ego, just a pro owning the chaos. The defender's surprise? It juiced the optics, turned a routine seal into sideline cinema. But Thielen insists he didn't crush hard, just enough to maintain balance in the scrum. SKOL fans, this is storytelling at its finest. Our WR1 turning a penalty into a masterclass on football's unwritten code, where blocks like this fuel will routes and keep chain movers like Jones humming at 6.7 yards per carry against Baltimore's vaunted front. What a missed opportunity. Had it stuck, we might have flipped that 19-10 script into purple glory. Layering in the emotion, Thielen's frustration isn't solo. It's a chorus we all sang from our living rooms, bars, and tailgates across the Midwest. The shock of him not seeing me made it look worse. He adds, that self-aware laugh cutting the tension like a perfectly timed slant. But underneath, a plea for refs to feel the game's pulse, not just enforce the frostbitten fine print. but honor the full-speed poetry of a 4-2 gamble. No headhunts, no dirty deeds. Just Vikings toughness personified. The kind that's carried Thielen through 1,000-yard seasons and Pro Bowl nods. And here's the kicker. Even in the aftermath, he's class. Apologizing to the ref postgame, only to hear the guy admit needing more clarification on the rule. Brothers, that's vindication wrapped in purple. Thielen knew his stuff better than the striped shirt squad. Drop your take below. Does this fire you up for the next ref battle? Shifting to the bigger beef, Thielen's unloading on the league's officiating crew like a deep post from Justin Jefferson. Raw, revealing, and right on target. On that KFAN spot, he's calling out the fanboy refs. The part-timers who shake hands with stars like Patrick Mahomes one weekend and whistle our Purple Hearts the next. They forget the feel of the game, he blasts. That line landing like a thunderclap over Mall of America. SKOL Nation, imagine the hypocrisy. These zebras moonlighting, inconsistent as a rookie kicker in a blizzard, while our guys grind 24/7 for precision. Thielen's advocating full-time officials, a fix to bridge the rulebook gap and full-contact reality. Because in a league where crackbacks and peelbacks get the boot, plays like his should spark debates, not instant ejections. His second-best outing against Baltimore, 2 catches for 16 yards on 3 targets, proves he's still got that fire, undimmed by one bad flag. The depth of his rant? It's Vikings lore in the making. SKOL fans. Thielen's not mincing words. Ripping the system's two-sided coin where star power sways whistles and underdogs like us eat the flags. Sometimes they just forget, he says of the rule's real-world application. That frustration boiling over from sideline screams to radio rants. Picture it. 13 penalties on us in that Ravens rumble, tying our O'Connellera high, each one a nick in our armor during a 4-6 skid. But Thielen's the voice of reason amid the rage, questioning if the refs even unpacked the blindside nuances before flagging his clothesline warrior move. And that post-game huddle with the official? All good? He shrugs, but the subtext screams reform. Full-time crews to match our full-throttle passion. Who's nodding along? Hit the comments. Full-time refs or nah? Wrapping this rulebook revelation, it's clear as a crisp autumn kickoff. Thielen's block was textbook legal. His path parallel but protected by that clothesline clause. Contact forged before the snap's echo faded. McCarthy's grip on the ball? Ironclad. No pocket retreat to trigger the foul. Just pure, unadulterated football friction. The all-22 tape vindicates him. Within the yard, shoulder leading the charge, intent as clean as his route trees. SKOL Nation, this isn't hindsight heroism. It's the proof our vets like Thielen study harder than Harvard linebackers, turning practice reps into penalty-proof precision. Baltimore's field position windfall? A mirage that fizzled with their missed boot, but the what-if lingers. Convert that 4-2 and who knows, maybe we're prepping for a playoff push instead of licking wounds. Fuel for the fire, right? Peeling back the layers, that instant of impact replays in my mind like a highlight reel on loop. Thielen's form impeccable. Defender caught off guard in the blindside blur. No forcible helmet whip or forearm fury to warrant the whistle. The rules carve out for designed plays where the QB holds steady. It envelopes this wheel route wrinkle perfectly, shielding the physicality that powers our ground and pound with Aaron Jones gashing for those 6.7 YPC chunks. Thielen's wait and react? Genius. Avoiding the obvious overreach that'd doom lesser blockers. And the fallout? Ravens 49 seconds burned, field goal clank. Turned a potential dagger into a dull thud. Our next drive firing from midfield like a second wind. Brothers, this calls a microcosm of our season's striped shirt struggles. Time to rally, not rue. What stat blows your mind most here? Thielen's closing thoughts on the ref exchange? It's the mic drop moment that elevates this from gripe session to Vikings manifesto. After the apologies and clarifications, he's left pondering the human element. The ref's admission of needing a rulebook refresher postgame, like they were umpiring blind in the purple haze. Interesting play, he muses, that understated fire simmering beneath. But I can't do that. Wait, actually, yeah I can, per the book. SKOL fans, his frustration peaked when their sideline retorts hinted at rulebook amnesia, fueling the flames that had coaches and teammates ducking for cover. Yet, in true Thielen fashion, he flips it to growth. A teachable moment for the league, a spark for our squad to demand better. No malice, just football's fierce embrace. That's the purple way. The emotional undercurrent here tugs at every Vikings faithful soul, doesn't it? Thielen's words bridge the gap between player pain and fan fury. That shared disbelief when a legal lick gets laundered as foul play. Was that really malicious? He challenges, echoing our collective roar from the stands. No, it was protection, preservation, the grit that defines our 2025 resurgence hopes. His post-game piece with the ref? Classy closure, but the seeds planted. Refs, know thy rules or step aside for full-timers who do. And tying it to the play's intent. Freeing Jones on the wheel even as McCarthy pivoted to Addison. It underscores our offensive synergy, penalties be damned. Tell me, SKOL Nation, does Thielen's take change how you view blindside battles? Finally, circling back to the silver lining in this penalty purple haze, that flag might have oddly saved our skins from a deeper grave. Had Baltimore snagged a 3-and-out from their own 46, they'd have punted us into no man's land. Pins deep in our territory, clock frozen while Lamar licks his chops. Instead, the gifted 38-yard start led to a stalled drive. That 56-yard field goal try sailing wide right like a Ravens regret. We flip the field, start our riposte near midfield, buying breaths for a fourth-quarter push that kept it a one-score fight till the end. SKOL brothers in a 27-19 defeat where rushing yards piled up post-Greenid's shoulder exit. This twist turned poison into potion. Momentum denied, but disaster dodged. Thielen's block, legal or not, embodied our never say die, even in flag-felled fury. Zooming out, that near-miss punt party paints the broader canvas of resilience, Viking style. Our special teams, led by vets like Miles Price dodging punches on returns, holding the line when the O faltered. The penalty's 15-yard sting? It relocated Baltimore's bomb but blunted their blast. 49 seconds evaporated without points. Our D regrouping like wolves circling prey. Thielen's intent, to unleash Jones on that wheel, yards after catch galore, highlights the schematic smarts O'Connell's weaving, even if McCarthy's target tweak to Addison stole the spotlight. In a game of 13 flags tying our penalty plague, this one's the outlier that oddly aided the alibi. Fans, it's the football yin-yang, bad call, better break. What's your silver lining spin? As we lace up for the next clash, Thielen's saga screams Vikings unbreakable. A penalty that could have crushed, but instead kindled the coals for our 4-6 fire. His radio revelations? Fuel for fan forums, proof our purple princes know the game deeper than the guys in stripes. From practice reps to post-game piece, it's a narrative of nuance over noise, rules bent but not broken by real reps. SKOL Nation, this blindside brouhaha isn't ending here. It's the spark that lights our playoff prayers. We've got the heart, the hustle. Now let's channel Thielen's heat into heat on the field. All right, Purple Warriors, we've unpacked every flag, frame, and fury from this Thielen tempest. Now it's your turn to roar back. What blew your mind most? The rulebook win, the ref rant, or that sneaky silver lining? Smash that like button if your team full-time Zebras. Drop your hottest take in the comments. Did the call cost us the game or nah? And subscribe for more Vikings news breakdowns that'll keep your SKOL spirit soaring. Share this with your fellow diehards, because together we're unstoppable. Go Vikings. Fight on, bleed purple, and let's turn this frustration into Week 11 fire. SKOL.